about life events in my life. That's how my channel's gonna go. Right now, I got some Call of Duty gameplay in the background, so y'all can watch Call of Duty while I talk. So today's story time is gonna be about the time when I broke into my bus driver's bus and almost got arrested. And this is a true story. It was around 5th grade. I tell a lot of people this story. Yeah, I wasn't really the brightest kid. I wasn't really smart. But this story starts off in 5th grade or around that time. It was either Sunday or a school day because the next day we had to get on the bus for school. So it was one of those days. And if you ever heard the rumors that bus drivers do not check their cameras, that is the biggest lie ever or my luck was just terrible and the bus driver just said, whoop-de-doo, I'm gonna check the cameras this day because I'm big-brained. Yeah. So she checked the cameras right after I got out the bus, which is a coincidence because that's literally right after I got out the bus. So she saw me. She knew I was doing it. It wasn't just me. It was my friend at the time, Tyler. I would tell a couple stories about him in the future. But it was me and Tyler. And he just had the bright idea to break into the bus. So I was like, well, bet, I'm going to break into the bus with you. So bus doors, they're kind of loose. So, all you got to do is open them a little bit and they automatically open. So you just got to do that. And it's pretty easy. So it's not really a lock to lock your bus so nobody could break in it. Anybody could do it. So we're in this bus, and in movies, kids jump on the seats and stuff. They'll hop one seat to another. And so we literally do that. And then, at the very back where the windows are, I would be at the very back and he would get out the bus and look and find me, and then he'll be in the back and I'll get out the bus and try to find him. It was very fun until about 30 minutes later we got off the bus, and then nighttime, because everyone, when they tell on you and call your parents, it has to be nighttime. I don't know why, but they just get your hopes up and they're like, oh, sight boy, you thought you was getting away with it. Nope. So it was 9 o'clock. I'm finna go to bed. I'm playing 2K at the time, probably 2K16, 2K15. And literally, my stepmom at the time gets a phone call. And my dad's not home yet. I'm pretty sure he was doing something. At the time, he had to work till 7. But I think he had to do someone's overtime. He had to do overtime. So my dad's not home, so at least that's a plus. But I know when he does get home, I'm getting literally the biggest belt on my butt. And yeah, I did. And it kind of hurt. Not kind of, it really hurt. But I'm getting off topic. Alright, so the bus driver calls my stepmom at the time, Laura. And she answers the phone and she's like, okay, Chris. And at this point, I could literally hear the phone call because she's screaming. She's super mad. She's like, is your son Chris? Super mad, angry, yelling. And Laura was like, yeah. And the bus driver was like, I was finna call the cops on him? In a very rude voice, super mad, which, fair point, she deserves to be mad. I broke into her bus. But she's like, I deserve to call the cops on him? He broke into my school bus. And Laura looks at me. She calls me into the living room where the phone was. And she looks at me, puts the dang phone on speakerphone, and says, shut up and listen to this. And I'm listening to it. My legs are flipping, shaking, because I already know what it's about. But before even listening to the bus driver's voice, I already knew what it was about. And it's crazy, man. My dad got home. I got a belt whooping. I don't get groundings. That's a plus. But a belt on my butt is 10 times worse than a grounding. So after that, I washed up, cleaned myself up, stopped crying, and I lived life. I got in big trouble on my bus the next day. I was scared to step on the bus, even though I knew she couldn't do nothing to me. I was still scared out my mind. But that's it. And a week later, she moved. She did not like this part of town. So a week later, she moved, and then we made another bus driver leave, but that's in another story. Tell me if you want that story. It's Chris. I'm out.